I literally have no idea what I'm going to do next and which one I'm going to tier 4, but yeah, here's my thoughts at their level 80. Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and today we're going through a comparison between the level 80s native alien heroes we have right now into the game, and I am in the position not having any of them tier 4. Yeah, hooray, hooray! And I'm getting a lot of comments asking me which one is the best for level 80. I know you have the same problem with me, you can't tier for all the characters except your super whale, you know, so you need to consider what's the best value for level 80 alien hero, for World Boss Legend, for GBR and for ABL. So I run through with all three of them on these three basic PvE game modes that you need to know who is performing the best for it. Of course, it's kind of hard because they have different typing, at least Gladiator, it's combat, but I went something like Gorr 54 for him as a strong character and 55 for Universal Alien on, you know, better ABL and Odin, but that makes me not using the same support. Yeah, I'm gonna explain you during the video. Let's go through this. Before we go, I want you to make sure that you have smashed the like button, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, comment down below in the comments what are you going to do with these bad boys, better ABL and Gladiator, and the only character that actually has same cost and actually not same cost. Odin is not same cost, it's in the middle. Odin, it's in the middle of better ABL and Gladiator. Gladiator has the super cost of 6,000 crystals and better ABL, it's a free to play dude. Odin needs some crystals to buy him in front and after build him as a native tier 2. So let's go through the builds I have. It's pretty basic, but you have to consider that my cards are in favor of my energy attack. That's why the physical attack it's way less on Gladiator than it is for energy attack on better ABL and Odin. For my Gladiator, I have no artifact, I have a Mighty Rage, Uniform Legendary. For my better ABL, I have a normal Rage, again no artifact, and Heroic Uniform, but 62,000 energy attack, it's less than Gladiator's physical attack, even if my card is in favor. And you can see Odin here rocking 80,000 energy attack. Oh, do I get here? Oh, it's the lightning damage. Okay, so even if I swap the team up here, I'm not gonna get anything different on the energy attack for him. Yes, 80,000. You can see his stats, he's kind of undercapped, but here is the point. He has a Mighty Judgment. I'm not gonna swap my CDPs to be fair comparison, but you have to understand that yeah, I'm just a dude, I don't have crystals to spend here and there, and there is no sale at the moment. And also I have the artifact of Odin. So with this conversion you're gonna understand if, you know, Odin, which was the #1 here from the native tier 2s, is going to be worst or the same level of better ABL and Gladiator. That means better ABL and Gladiator introduce a new power level into the game. But yeah, let's start from somewhere and let's start from the bad news. The bad news, it's for better ABL and Gladiator for Alliance Battle Legend. For Alliance Battle Legend, I find myself doing exactly the same damage I was doing at level 70. So you can go and watch actually my, you know, my reviews on better ABL and Gladiator. The damage is exactly the same that it was, you know, the damage at level 80, it's exactly the same that it was at level 70. I'm gonna show you what I was able to pull out with my Gladiator, of course. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna give you the gameplay because the gameplay at level 70 to level 80, it's exactly the same, and I introduced it on the how to play proper on the level 70 video. So I did exactly the same, and as you can see, I took pretty much the same score. I have done 5.5, and at level 80, I'm doing 5.6, which could be, you know, pure RNG. This is the score I was pulling out with my Gladiator, and for better ABL, was somehow exactly the same. As you can see, it's 5.65, so better ABL or Gladiator, in my mind, they're pretty same at the moment for my account. Of course, you have to consider that my Gladiator rocking a mighty rage, when in the same time better ABL has a normal rage, but also the cards, as I told you, are in favor of my energy attack characters. So for ABL, it's the bad news, and there's no character that actually gives you a clear better score than the tier 4 characters you could already have, like Thor. I already have Thor 6.5, 6.7 million damage, but this is 1 million less at level 80, and I can't make it work, you know, to do more. 100% for better ABL and Gladiator. If I play perfect, I can't go through Thor. So for ABL, I could tell you hands down, you need a tier 4 Gladiator or better ABL or Odin. Of course, Odin used to be the meta to do more than your Thor, let's say. Of course, there is always Star-Lord, but in this video we're focusing on the native tier 2 characters, and that's the first news, the bad news. Let's go fast forward through, let's say, GBR. Let's start from Gladiator, and I'm using his leadership. The good part here is that it's really easy to form a team because all three characters, Odin, Gladiator, and better ABL, have their own leadership. Of course, better ABL has a support buff too from himself, but that's something you can't do anything about it. So yeah, potentially, you know, better ABL is getting a third support and one leadership, when the other three characters are getting their leadership and two supports, because, you know, Gladiator and Odin don't have any other support for themselves or other type of characters. Here, as you can see, with my Gladiator, I'm using exactly the same rotation. No, I'm not using exactly the same rotation I'm using for ABL. I have told you in the video for World Boss Legend and for GBR, the best way is to cancel your 4th skill into your 6th skill. For ABL, the best part is to go through, you know, 3 cancel, 5 delay cancel into 4, let the beam hit, and after let your third skill, your tier 3 skill play until you have ready your 5th skill again, and go through the same rotation. So in the case of ABL, I believe that you have to cancel his tier 3 to get the maximum value on his damage, but in GBR and for World Boss Legend, you can't actually skip the whole damage of tier 3, because even if there is less hit on his tier 3 than the 4th skill, the tier 3 hits harder for the bosses like GBR, Dormammu, and World Boss Legend. You can see here I have 19 bars left with 8 minutes and 18 seconds in the clock. So this is how we're gonna compare them. I played until this phase. I didn't want to spend energy on that because I was liking it and I'm trying to farm some rifts. Let's go into Odin. Odin, it's one of the you know, there is some characters that actually participating in GBR with City of Judgment. It's pretty much equal with the raids, and you can see here I'm not doing exactly the perfect rotation, but the point is to do 3 cancel 5 cancel 4, let your 4th skill play, and the moment you have your tier 3 skill, you're starting with your tier 3 skill, actually cancelling it as soon as possible. You hit it, 3 cancel 5 cancel 4. So Odin has the easiest rotation out of these 3 to proc. Actually, better ABL also, it's really easy to proc, but I'm using him with the ABL rotation, which I found myself doing more damage even for GBR and World Boss Legend, and I'm gonna explain you later on what is this rotation I'm talking about. I've seen others showcasing better ABL on World Boss Legend and on GBR and on ABL, and they're doing different rotation than me, but I feel like, you know, using the Awaken skill in between the rotations gives you more damage and gives more value to the Awaken skill of better ABL instead of just cancelling it, you know. I'm letting it delay cancel until they hit the hammers. But yeah, let's see what Odin is gonna pull out here. You can see Gladiator or Odin feels like they are really close, their damage. I am like 12 seconds behind and 3 bars. and I have my tier 3 ready. So yeah, Odin with a mighty judgment. Look at this. I have done 2 bars more. Yeah, to be honest, there is 2 bars more instead of Gladiator. In the same time, yeah, I have done 2 bars more. So, Mighty Judgment Odin feels to be better than Mighty Rage Gladiator for GBR. Not a lot of better, but you can see that there is no difference. It's not like Gladiator introduced a new power level or he's doing way more damage. Let's check out what better ABL do, and let me explain you what I was talking about the rotation. I'm doing 4 delay cancel into the 3rd and into the 5th skill. I'm letting the 5th skill place, and after I'm doing my awaken skill, I'm waiting like 1 or 2 seconds until the 2 hammers of Thor and better ABL hits each other, and after I'm cancelling again into the 4th skill, delaying cancel until the character move in front of boss. Look at this. You can see the character moves a bit in front of boss and there is lightings going on into the air. And when you see the lightings into the air or the character move to the boss, you're cancelling it into 3 cancel 5. And with this way, you have your awaken skill. Look at this. 4, letting the 5th skill place until the end. Awaken skill. Let the awaken skill place until I have my 4th skill. And as soon as I have my 4th skill, I'm doing exactly the same. And look at the bars, they're really flying, really fast. I'm using a normal rage here with better ABL, but better ABL has the advantage of awaken skill. When a character has an awaken skill for GBR and for World Boss Legend, he's pulling out more damage faster because he's starting with it. So compared to a tier 3, feels like it's better in some cases. Look at this. I have done the same damage as I have done with Gladiator, but with 20 seconds difference. So better ABL, even with normal raids, feels better than Gladiator and better than Odin or similar to Odin for World Boss Legend. And you have to consider this is just the raids. With the other 2, it's Mighty Rage and Mighty Judgment. And of course with Odin, I have also his artifact, which helps generally for PvE. So let's go into in my mind here, clearly better ABL has better burst damage, but that has to do with the awaken skill. So in ABL, you need to have the tier 3 characters to do more tier 3 skills spamming your rotations. The tier 3s has advantage against awaken characters, and that's why the only awaken character that stays into the meta all this time, it's Dr. Octopus, who has the unique tier 4. The rest, if you go into your mind, they're all tier 3 characters that they are going into from tier 3 to tier 4, that their skills are chargeables. For World Boss Legend and GBR, that's not the case, because you're winning rotation with the awaken skill, and also you have to go through the strategy of the stage. You can spam skills and charge your tier 3 faster, so whatever you do, you're gonna do specific rotations and specific way you're going to play. GBR and World Boss Legend awaken characters has advantage because of that. So let's go into World Boss Legend and let's see somewhere where you can be fair, and this is now stage 79, which is the only stage that high that you can use whatever you want but alien. Let's start with Odin, with the old dog, and to be honest, I am gonna go through some moments that you need to know the damage. Okay, so took him 14 how many seconds? Okay, for the first, took me 40 seconds for the first 30 seconds. For the first 30 bars, took him 40 seconds for Odin. And let's go through to see how fast he did it in the end of the stage. And it's actually here. I end up the fight with 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left, and 4 seconds. 3 minutes left and 4 seconds for Odin, and when I was at the 30 bar, I had spent only 40 seconds. Mighty Judgment, and Artifact. Let's go to see the gameplay for Gladiator and better ABL. For Gladiator, I'm using exactly the same team. I'm using Sif and Valkyr. Sif and Valkyr has no CDBF inside, so same thing for Odin. You can see here, I'm cancelling everything into my tier 3 and staying inside my tier 3 to try to avoid the cleaner gates, but yeah, I had myself into the stun. You can see here, you can't actually spam, you wanna wait and use your rotation proper. Here I'm supposed to drop the beam, but because I have low graphics to be easier to play the game, you can't see the beam. But yeah, you can see here, he's no joke. He's flying through the stage, it's level 80 against stage 79. When I was clearing that, I already had tier 4 Thor, and I can't really tell you, you know, it wasn't difficult for me at all with the tier 4, but level 80s at these high stages have kind of issue. And of course, now it's the easiest world boss legend, so later on I'm gonna show you the Gorr performance. Here, as you can see, he is like 22 seconds slower than Odin. Mighty Raids to Mighty Judgment, having Artifact or not having Artifact. Let's see how the rest of the fight goes through. And here I like to go through and stay inside my tier 3 because your tier 3 gives you an iframe and an iframe ignore, so you can stay there and not getting any damage from Knull, but also you can hit him while he's flying into the air from his throne. Here I was trying to push it into the next phase, and because Gladiator is super tanky, he actually did it, took 2 or 3 hits. That's a really good part with Gladiator. He's not dying that easy. He has himself the heal, he has some defenses, so he's standing there getting damage and hits from stage 79 of Knull, and it's like nothing for him. You can see here, we are at the time that I already had cleared this with Odin, and my Gladiator kind of struggling. So yeah. Of course, the gameplay can't be exactly the same. I'm not exactly the same player playing Odin or exactly the same player playing Gladiator. This has to do with getting used with the character, but believe me, I haven't played Odin really long time, so it's pretty much the same. I am the same bad as I am with Gladiator and Odin and better ABL, I believe. So yeah. 2 minutes and 26 seconds here, and we are at the last phase. We're talking about like 40 seconds slower already. And let's see how this is gonna end up being. I think perhaps I'm dying also because I was trying to do the hero. No, I didn't die, okay. But you can see, you can tank the whole phase with Gladiator. I wanted to showcase that how much tanky Gladiator is, but took me 1 minute and 2 seconds slower than Odin. As you can see here, this is my performance with Gladiator, and this is with Odin. Of course, it has to do Mighty Judgment, but there is nothing similar with for Gladiator. I can't use him with Mighty Judgment. I could use him with proccing Obelisk, but this is way harder to do and you have to cancel your skills way faster. And let's go to see if the conspiracy theory exists that I was telling you, you know, that awakened characters are better than the tier 3 characters because they can spam the awakened skill the first moment they are getting into the stage. As you can see here, I have done 15 bars with my better ABL inside 15 seconds, so he's flying through the stage. And he has the less build. Here is the poor horseman that I haven't invested a lot on him. I don't have the artifact. I don't have the, crafted CDPs. I have just a raids because I just wanted to see how strong he is for ABL. So the damage feels exactly the same with Odin. But as I told you, we're talking about Mighty Judgment against normal raids, which is insane having similar damage with the #1 DPS for Alien in the game, which is Odin. Before, of course, better ABL and Gladiator introduced. And here we're showcasing their comparison. So let's see. You can see there he's flying through the stages. He didn't had any problem skipping the whole phase and don't have to run around the purple blobs. Here the rotation hits hard, also 3 to 4 bars. I have to do another rotation before I'm ready to use my awaken skill. You can see I'm skipping my awaken skill and I'm using it as I used it on GBR in between the rotations. And look how sweet it is. I almost cancelled the Clinder cage there. We are 3 minutes and 20 seconds here, and we had to wait for this. I couldn't skip. I think with Odin I actually skipped this phase. But yeah, it is what it is. You can't go and say this is unfair or something, because as I told you, the gameplay is me playing. And here I took my chances. I were like, you know what, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna start with my awaken and I'm gonna go through my skill set right after, and I was right. I could do it. So we're talking about 10-second different with an Odin with Mighty Judgment compared to with an artifact also, compared to normal raids, no artifact, better ABL. So better ABL in my mind at level 80, it's the number one for World Boss Legend now, and the other World Boss Legend also, but I have these results right now. Let's go fast forward into Gorr to show you the results that I had with my Gladiator actually, and if he's able to clear it at level 80. Here is a stream, this is from my live stream the other day, and I was able to clear the stage with 1 minute and 2 seconds left, stage 54 of Gorr. So here, before I wasn't able to do that with Namor level 80. That's why one of the main reasons I tier for my Namor to do this stage. It's a couple of months ago, but yeah, there's no other strong type character than Gladiator that actually can do that really easy at level 80. And that has to do with the fact that he has his own leadership also, and you can take advantage of some extra buffs. In this case doesn't count because Titania gives a lead to Namor, now I'm thinking. But yes, that's what I was able to do, stage 54 for Gladiator. So with my Odin, I don't want to delay and go through a lot actually. Let me show you how fast I was able to pull out the first phase here. And the first phase, you can see it's with 28 seconds left. And I didn't went into the Necro Sword phase, you know, where is the black situation. When in the same time with my Gladiator, I went into at 17 bars, 40 seconds left, and there's all stages black. As you can see, I was ready to go into the next phase. So yeah, Odin feels to do way faster. So as you can see here, better ABL was almost exactly the same with Gladiator. I went through into the next phase at bar 18. As you can see, fast forward here. I wasn't able to do that fast that I was doing with Odin, but you have to consider that Odin has a pure PvE build and not ABL build. So yeah, to be honest, it's kind of a headache to decide which one to build, but I feel like Gladiator and better ABL need something more. All three are really good characters, and in my mind, you know, better ABL, you need his uniform day one just for the support buff in ABL. To get better results from your just level, your tier 4 Thor, for sure you need to get into tier 4 with any of the characters. Odin or Gladiator or better ABL. If you just want a really good World Boss Legend clear and GBR clear, in my mind, you know, better ABL is the dude. He providing the uniform, he providing the buff also, but in the same time, he doesn't really need anything to do great damage. The rotation I was showcasing, it's for ABL and with the raids, but still with cancelling a bit faster the skills, he can do really good job. Odin and Gladiator, Odin, it's really, you know how good Odin is. Gladiator from the other side, I feel like I wanted to cheer for him a lot, and I'm thinking about who to tier 4 next, and I feel like if I tier 4 him, the only use I'm going to get from him it's the ABL Alien stage and also the combat stage of ABX. But because I am an ABX and ABL player, I feel like he deserves it. If I didn't want, if I wasn't that guy, you know, I could skip him 100%. He doesn't really need to be in your roster if you're not planning to cheer for him and you don't want to play in the very high level ABL and ABX. Others doing similar job with him, he's just the best on this too. Better rate build, totally worth if you want to stay at level 70 also, because he just gets an extra buff, an extra support for every single day you're gonna use an alien character. So yeah, that's my opinion. I hope I helped you decide. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do next, but yes, that's why I'm here with you talking about these bad boys, aliens, heroes. See you into the next. Kisses in your faces.